Hello, everyone. My name is John Kruse, and I am a Research Associate Professor with the College of Agriculture, Food, and Natural Resources at the University of Missouri-Columbia. We're very excited to show you a new tool today for specialty crop producers who are interested in some of the specialty crop budgets. We've created this tool out on a website at fapri.missouri.edu under the Farmer's Corner under specialty crops. And as you go to this website, you should see this landing page, and you'll see budgets for fruit, vegetables, and high tunnel production. These budgets are largely based on information from other states because we don't have a cost of production survey across the state of Missouri, and because many producers kind of don't look at things necessarily by crop. They look at things holistically across all the crops they produce. And so one of the things we were trying to get at was if you're interested in growing a new crop, what does it really cost to produce that crop? And so this is our first stab at this. We certainly invite your feedback and hope that you will talk with us as we kind of try to do these and update these budgets every year. So I'm going to start with apples. Apples, as you know, is a perennial crop, and so it makes the budget a little bit more complicated as we look at everything across. First thing you're going to want to do when you open up the budget, as I just did, you're going to want to click on Enable Editing, which will allow you to change things in the formulas and have the calculations update. So when you first open the budget, you'll notice that at the very top are the revenues. This is where it's going to show your receipts. And of course, with apples, because it does take a few years to get them going, we don't actually show receipts until year 5. The other thing to notice about these budgets is they're organized with variable costs kind of right below the revenues, and then you'll have fixed cost. The fixed costs are kind of like sunk costs, things like you have to pay that cost no matter what. So it might be the cost of land, it's the cost of equipment that you may have invested in, that type of thing. As best we could, we listed out as many of the individual categories of costs that were reported in other budgets and in talking with producers. So those details are there. You can see the yellow highlights here on some of the cells, which indicate that we have refreshed those prices to, this would have been as of the middle part of 2020. So we'll be looking at those again as we update for the 2021 budgets. The other thing to notice at the very bottom of this, we added this particular section to help you understand how many years does it take before you start to actually cover all the costs and all the investment that you've put in so far. And for this particular budget on apples, we don't get to that point until 8 years. It takes us about 8 years before we actually start to break even and cover all the costs. Now below this is going to give you a measure of the average return per year. So a 20-year orchard with 16 of those years where the apples trees are actually bearing, you're going to earn an average over that 20-year period of about $1,600 per acre. So that gives you a measure of how much am I making per acre based on these costs. And of course, if you change any of these numbers, as I suggest you should, to make it custom to your farm, it's going to update these calculations down here. So let's go back now to the website, and we're going to look at a budget for green beans, which is an annual crop. The green bean budget, very similar layout to the apple budget. You're going to find revenues at the top, followed by variable costs, followed by fixed expenses. But unlike the perennial crops, there won't be that break-even point because this is an annual budget. It's not over a period of years. The other thing to look at here to notice is we do have a little more detail on the machinery costs. We invite you to tell us about different equipment that you might be using, that type of thing, and then we can further fine-tune that to Missouri. So this, again, the other thing to always look at here is the harvesting and to decide if this is hand picking or if this is mechanized harvesting. And so that's one of the things you want to watch, because some budgets are mechanized and some budgets are hand picking or hand labor to harvest the crop. Okay, with that, I want to take you back to the site one final time, and I want to show you one other thing that's here, and that is additional resources. If you click on this click here button, it will take you to some other resources that are important. So you can see budgets from other states. You can look at production guides, also very specific things on identifying diseases, and some food safety regulations, some of the different surrounding states, some of what's applying to Missouri in particular. We try to keep those at the top. And then finally, some other programs like on high tunnels, other guides from other states, the EQIP program that will help you with cost sharing, and a lot of other information here. So just some other things that we came across as we were researching this particular area. So with that, we very much appreciate your attention and look forward to your comments and questions. Thank you so much.